I've lived in 20 different places. So I say global citizen, I mean that literally. Self-proclaimed mama's boy, if you will. I'm the youngest, and she'd be like, you're the only one to carry on the family name. And I was quiet with that one. And I would say, no, I'm going to have a nose like Sugar, who was our Springer Spaniel. Ended up like the one sister got the nose like my father. The other one has female pattern baldness, and I'm gay, so there's going to be no children. And it's, the buck stops here, Mom. Sorry about that. And then she was getting sick, and I would arrange for her doctor's visits and all of her pills. She always needed something. So she had gallbladder cancer, and the doctor, it was risky because she also had COPD and was on oxygen and really bad asthma. And one day she goes, my back is really hurting. I need to go to the hospital. She's like, well, guess what, Jim? They didn't get all that bladder cancer. It metastasized to my back. Now I have spine cancer, and I've only got 3 months to live. So I left work a little bit early to go see Mom and talk to the doctors, and what's the prognosis? What are we going to do now? I'm like, oh, my God, didn't see it coming. I'm going to go out and have a couple drinks, go have a beer or two. So then I head home, and then it's just like alone with your thoughts and everything that happened that day. My mom's dying, and just kind of looking down, walking down the sidewalk, and then I see this kid riding up on a moped bicycle or motocross bike, something like that, young kid. I'm like, well, this is weird. Phoenix at 11 o'clock at night. And then I hear a skateboarder behind me. And the last thing I remember is looking at my watch. And so next thing I know, I feel this something on my arm. I'm like, what is? And I wake up. I'm like, where am I? I go, oh, you're at St. Joseph's Neurological Institute ICU. You've had a traumatic brain injury and skull fracture, left temporal brain hemorrhage, and it's a miracle you're alive.
What was it like for you finding out what had happened to you?
What really upsets you is the thought that people who don't even know you, I found out later that these kids who committed this, they'd hang out in this alley behind the little bar I was at, and they've done this before. I found out from cab drivers. I'm like, wow, really? And the fact that someone who doesn't even know you wants to kill you or hurt you that badly, it's really hurtful, painful. It's a painful thought. I wasn't born to be a nurse. It didn't come to me as something in childhood where people think that's what they're all going to do. But a lot of people from broken homes do become nurses, and having a mother with a lot of pain and how important it is to treat pain is like the fifth vital sign. And then the second is having had two parents die of cancer, seeing the discrepancy that women get in health. You got this calling to be a nurse, and so many people told me you're not going to make it because something that powerful just really pushed me. And then it's up that I've meet people out because I waited tables in nursing school. I've inspired other people to go into nursing, and that's a good feeling too.
Brings up a lot for me as well as a fellow gay man, and I'm blessed that I have not been I've not been part of a gay bashing. I've not had that happen to me. So I appreciate your openness and you sharing that, and the strength that comes with coming through something like that and taking that darkness and turning it into light, and not only healing physically but emotionally. We really have just met, and one of the things we started to touch on in the other room was around your spirituality and your faith, and I would love to hear some more around how these experiences have shaped that, and maybe where your faith was when you were younger, and where you see yourself as a religious or spiritual person now.
I may mention my mom's family's Portuguese and my father's family's Scot-Irish. We're brought up Catholic. My parents thought I was going to be the first American pope because I built a little chapel in our backyard and church. Then that year that happened, I found that fate that, kind of going back to church, not all the time, but a little bit, that faith and hope are free and, it doesn't hurt anything. And sometimes that power can motivate you through some really dark times.
Do you identify as Catholic?
I do.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that you have to mesh being gay with being Catholic, that you have to really find ways to navigate that, or do you feel that you and God are able to just worked that out, and that has not been an issue for you?
Well, I think like God and Jesus are kind of okay with it, because Jesus never said anything about being gay, and God doesn't make mistakes, and I felt He made me the way I am. But yeah, you're here for a reason, and you've got a purpose, and I found that purpose in being a nurse, and every day, just little interventions and interactions with my people, and knowing I made their life better. This is a phenomenal feeling, and I'm grateful.